soap making video, and this is one that shouldn't have gone wrong but did. This is where I'm still a little hazy on soap. This soap required patience, and I didn't have very much in the way of patience. So the idea is that this soap is a nice pink coloured soap with kind of goldish coloured bubbles floating in it, like a glass of pink champagne. The problem here is I didn't wait. Should have waited. All through my other soaps I have been anxious to get things done, get it in before it sets up, you know, get the layers done, make it pretty before it sets up. And I forgot really that this one was so simple that it didn't need that kind of manic energy. So this is my shea butter recipe, and I've already put the pink ultramarine in with my lye water to colour it. I think there's a little bit of titanium dioxide as well, just to edge that down. And off camera I have got a huge stack of melt and pour balls. So I spent a couple of days just melting small batches, because I've only got 2 small ball moulds. So just melting 50 grams at a time to make up these balls, which is fine, which is doable. The thing is, I've taken so much time to do those and then rushed into this soap. This soap itself didn't take very long to make at all because I rushed. More haste, less speed, they say. So the scent in this one is pink champagne, and it kind of goes with the idea. And the idea is to have bubbles, to have them floating in a nice way. And yeah, they don't float, they all sank. Now what I should have done is given it a really good blending and made it go to a really thick or moderately thick trace, so that the soap would have the strength to hold up the balls. And I should have placed them in and not just chucked them in, as I will do when I get to that point. As it is, it's a nice soap, it's a pretty soap, but they're all sunk to the bottom. And also my plan was to place the soaps in a certain kind of angle, because the ball mould has a flat bottom, essentially. So that each of my balls has that kind of cut off bit. So I was planning to line them up inside the mould so that I wouldn't have kind of off-shaped bubbles. Did I do that? No. So yeah, this is a learning experience for me. And because it's double batch, because I decided I'm making a nice big double batch of this, because essentially I've got a loaf's worth of balls made. So yeah, excess and all that stuff. So I think I've got nearly 700 grams or thereabouts of balls, so that's pretty much 2/3 of a loaf in balls. So yeah, bad habits, very bad habits. I do like this soap, it looks good, but it's not as good as it could look. So yeah, very bad habits. So talking again about the way this is going to go this year, just to remind you, this soap will be listed on eBay as of today. I would have previewed it maybe a couple of weeks ago, in the middle of the month. It would have been previewed on Instagram, Facebook, probably Twitter as well. So yeah, you know it's coming out, and you could have pre-ordered some soaps, which is fine. It's the whole point of doing this. This is a double batch, so I've got 22 of these. The end ones never come out right, so most of the end ones end up being what we call home soaps, house soaps, because they're never good enough to go anywhere else. So yeah, there are 22 of these waiting. Actually no, sold 2 already. So there are 20 of these waiting. So the standard price for most of my soaps is $3.50. Those that use an essential oil go up a little bit. Those that are a bit more complicated in design go up a bit, for obvious reasons. If you are a key worker, 20% off for the whole year. You don't necessarily have to prove it to me, but you know, I don't expect everyone to claim to be a key worker. So yeah, you can order through eBay as normal. Any discounts I'll apply through the checkout system. Or you can order directly from me by email. So my email will be at the end of the video. My details will be in the description. All the links to videos and whatnot will be in the description. So yeah. So you can see with this one, I'm just chucking the balls in at this point. That part of my brain was just thinking, they'll find their own level. They'll float. No, they don't float. So yeah. And off to the side here I've got 2 egg cups with some castor oil and mica ins for a mica drizzle on the top. I used way too much. I know I did. I used way too much oil. And there was a little bit of cracking, and then kind of the mica drizzle sunk in a little bit. It's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. So yeah. I do like this soap. I really do like this soap. It's really got a good lather and a good smell to it and all that kind of stuff. It just doesn't look as pretty as it could, which is a disappointment. But as with all things in craft and life, they're not always perfect. I think there's an idea that the Victorians always used to build in one error in everything because only God can be perfect. That kind of says, it kind of shows a lot of the arrogance of the Victorian mindset. But nothing I ever do is perfect. There's always going to be a couple of duff ones in every batch. I think it's just a slightly duff batch. Although they're a great soap. They're a really nice soap. Good lather. The melt and pour is a standard white base. So it's as moisturising as you'd expect from a melt and pour. And then it's mixed into shea butter, which adds that bit of something. And there's a little bit of castor oil in the actual soap itself that helps it to solidify and make it easier to work with. So yeah, you see I'm starting here. This video is not playing at the right speed, so I expect I'm already over. But yeah, I started by just placing these in nice and neatly and then got lazy, which is kind of the way of these things. So yeah, I'm calling this one done. There's that little voice at the back of my head just carry on, carry on, carry on. Never mind. But this soap does look quite nice. It's got a little bit of what's it called? Ashing, just slightly on the top there. But I think that's probably me waiting too long before I sprayed them, because I was faffing about with the mica drizzle. But I do like this soap. I really do. The fragrance is really quite zingy. It's almost fizzy in that kind of champagne-y way. So yeah, another one for you. So I'll see you again next month for